What is up, guys? Rads here, and welcome to the long-awaited glowing Killfeed effect. Did I say glowing right? Anyway, yeah, the glowing Killfeed effect that I used in my Modern Warfare 3 Montage 1 on Obey's channel. It got so many requests. I got like over 40 or 50 people asking me, and to be honest, when I read my messages, all I expect is people asking for an edit, and instead they were asking about a certain effect, which is a bit different. I mean, there's usually tutorials out there for a lot of things these days, so them asking me was a bit different, of course, but it's just this effect here. It pretty much is an overlay with a fill effect and a glow effect onto it, and obviously you got keyframe the position, rotation, and scale slightly. So it's a bit time consuming, but it's so worth it. It's pretty cool in hardcore edits and stuff. I don't know how it would play out in D&B edits and stuff, but you know, soon find out. This effect is probably going to get overused now, but you know, someone was going to probably make a tutorial before me and get it overused, so I kind of had to do it. I don't mind making them though, so yeah. Anyway, in the description there'll be Modern Warfare 3 transparent images download, which I made in Photoshop. They're pretty much just, God, I can hear a dog barking in the background. I want to go punch it. Anyway, yeah, these are the images I've made so far. There's going to be more in there, but I'm not going to include random ones, like a random ACR. If you want to like get an ACR or any other gun, like from Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare or COD 4 even, just go into Google, type up the gun, get the icon from the game, and then go ahead into Photoshop and make the image transparent by just getting rid of the background and then save it as a PNG. Yeah, as a short tutorial for that. I didn't really do a good job on some of these. I might have to redo them, but yeah, so once you've got it transparent, whatever image you're using, whether the one in the description or not, you just want to drag it into After Effects. I'm going to be using an AS50. I'm also going to just drag in a random clip. I use one from Esme's edit. Yeah, this one I hope she doesn't mind. So anyway, yep, she gets, I think, a collateral and 2 singles here. Yeah, she does. So this shows a bit of a variety. So anyway, you want to scale it up so there's no black edges around the edge of the clip, and then you want to go to the kind of like the keyframe where it stops. Like obviously the kill feed, if you don't really observe the kill feed, what it does, when you get a kill, obviously, it kind of, when you get the kill, it kind of fades up and then stops until you get another kill or someone else gets another kill, then it pushes up. So I'm going to go to the frame where it stops moving up. So it's still going. Okay, so it stops this keyframe here. So I'm going to adjust the image, which I'm going to import now. I'm going to adjust the image to the size and scale. Size and scale is the same thing. I'm going to adjust like the position and scale and rotation to where the feed is right now. So I'm just going to adjust the scale. Personal preference, of course, I like to squash mine slightly. It just looks a lot cooler. I'm just going to adjust the rotation. Don't need to make it 3D, just change it slightly. I'm just going to make it a bit thicker. Okay, that seems pretty cool. The kind of best thing to do probably is get it so it's that you don't really see the scope, like you don't see the underneath one. So you're probably going to want to make it a tiny bit bigger than the feed, because it's a bit weird when you kind of notice that it's there. Change it to 0.5. It doesn't have to be perfect. For a tutorial, I'm not going to make it perfect. So yeah, so once you've done that, you pretty much, sorry, I'm just making it perfect, God. You want to hit position, and you want to make a keyframe on that position. And then you want to go down to where you kind of start seeing the kill feed. So I'm going to go back about here-ish, and then put it down, just move it down, and it'll automatically make a keyframe. So about here, and as you can see, it follows the kill feed, which is pretty cool, but it's nothing special yet, so don't get a raging boner just yet. Next thing we're going to do, as you know, it fades in, so we're just going to adjust the opacity. So at the first keyframe, we're going to make it 0, and then about a third, maybe halfway in, we're just going to change it to 100. so it zooms in. Of course, like as you can see, it's not going to be perfect throughout every keyframe. So if you want to maybe move halfway in and adjust it slightly, like I just did, you can do. Obviously, frame by frame is probably going to be a lot better, but that's more time consuming. So it's up to you how you do it, like how you keyframe it. But I like doing it about there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Well, that is pretty much perfect. It's not glowing or anything yet because I actually want to see the feed. If I was to add a glow, I wouldn't be able to see where I would need to move it and stuff. So I'll add that at the end. So I've only done the top one at the moment. I've only done this a kill, so I'll need to do another one. So I'm just going to duplicate it. I'm just going to cut it so it starts here first anyway. So yeah, I'm just going to duplicate the one that we've just done. Adjust the position. I'm going to get rid of these middle parts, so it's only 2 keyframes, the start and the finish. I'm just going to adjust the first one so it's about down here. It's kind of hard to see because it's, well, you can't see it because the opacity is down, but you can kind of guess that it's about in the middle. And then the last keyframe I'm going to delete, move to that position, and then move it up. Obviously you want to zoom in to get it as accurate as possible. Whoa, that was way too zoomed in. So yeah, about that is going to do for this tutorial. So yeah, that's pretty cool. As you can see, it is cool so far. So yeah, it's going up and all that good stuff. It's looking cool. Alright, next thing to do is you want to go to the next position. So this is where she gets the next kill. So I'm just going to zoom into the kill feed. It hasn't moved yet, and it's now starting to, in fact. So you want to go to the keyframe where it's not moved, like the frame before it starts to move. So this is this keyframe. I'm just going to drag, make a marker, and I'm going to split these two. You're probably going to ask me why am I splitting it, and it's because if I was to just leave it and make another if I was to not split it and then make another keyframe in between the 2 movements, it will move. It will like it would judder up and down slightly. I don't know why it does it, but it just does. So splitting the image is obviously best, and then clicking U, getting rid of the keyframes before, God, and then making new keyframes. So so it's kind of fresh. It's at this position, ready to go up to this position, if that makes sense. That position up here is in fact this position, this keyframe right here. So it's all about copy and pasting the keyframes that you know, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to copy and paste this keyframe from this movement of it going from the collateral. So I'm just going to copy that one and paste it onto the bit where it stops. So it stops there. So it stops about here, and I'm just going to copy and paste it. So now that one moves with it and goes up to the next position, if that makes sense. With the first one, because obviously a new feed comes into position, I'm going to just move that one above because I don't need to do that one yet. I'm going to copy and paste. I'm just going to duplicate, in fact, the bottom one of the start off, so the bottom one, and just move it over to here. So as you can see, that one does it, but it's not exactly perfect because the feed is altered slightly from it being being 2 collaterals kind of thing. So you just want to adjust it. As you can see, that one is okay. The keyframes are slightly moved over. I don't know how, but as you can see, like now it goes with it, and we've got this cool motion of it going. These 2, the collateral coming up, and then the next one going along. The only thing that we haven't adjusted yet is the top kill feed bit. It's all about pretty much just adjusting it as you go along and splitting the layers at the right time and stuff like that. It's a bit confusing at the start, but once you get into it, it's pretty easy. So this one, I'm just going to keyframe the position as it is here, and zoom into the part where the other ones stop, and then just pretty much move it up to the next one. So as you can see, it goes like that. So they're all moving perfectly together. It's all going well, and so far it looks pretty cool. So I'm just going to play it. As you can see, it's going perfectly. So that's 3 out of 4 kills done. The next one to do is this last one. So here it is here. I'm just going to zoom into the kill feed again. Go to the bit where it moves. The frame before it moves, in fact. Make another marker. Sure, there's probably a shortcut to making a marker, but I'll just drag it on, it doesn't matter. And then you want to split all 3 of these layers again. Click U. So every, well, you could actually smarten this up slightly, like by making it in sections kind of thing. And then you want to select the next ones, and then select U. Get rid of the keyframes before. Whoa, that was weird. Get rid of the keyframes before that. You don't really have to do that, I suppose, but I just like doing it because it's neater. And then obviously you want to set a position keyframe for each one of those layers. I'm just doing the same thing as what I did before. Just trying to explain it. It's really hard to explain. But yeah, I'm going to work with the top one first. So this is the keyframe. It starts to move. Well, the keyframe before it starts to move, and then it stops about there. So I'm just going to move it up to that keyframe. So this top one is the only one that's moving at the moment. It's just going along with it. So the next one to do, it's probably best to go from top to bottom or bottom to top. Either way, it doesn't matter. Next one, I'm going to do the bottom one, the middle even. Go to that keyframe where it stops and move it up. So that looks pretty cool. And then go to this one and do exactly the same thing. And just move it up, which is awesome. And of course there's another one here which we haven't actually made yet. It's pretty much you just want to spawn. It's the one that spawns, I like to call it. So it's this bottom one. You just want to duplicate it and move it over to that, to this bit here. So hopefully it'll be okay. Yep, that looks pretty cool. So as you can see, we've kind of got like different steps, if you want to call it that way. So we've got the first load where it's just the collateral, where it just pops up and it's these 2 images all the way through, and then it splits. It goes into another set of different images of the same image, in fact, just split in different keyframes. And then the final one where it's 4 different layers and it's just moved up with it, and it's with the keyframe. So that's pretty much how you do it, but we're not over, of course. We need to add this glow effect. So what I like to do once I've obviously keyframed it is I like to pre-compose the footage with the images. So if I wanted to add Twixtor and stuff in between the certain clips, it would all be mashed in together, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to select all the layers by holding Command A or Control A, depending on what operating system you're on, and go into Layer, Pre-compose, and then I like to call mine Footage, and then maybe Feed AS50 or something. I don't know. It's up to you. God, I don't know if I moved all attributes into new layer. I think I did. I'm not actually sure. I'll just redo that. No, I did. I think I need to, yeah, just move all attributes into new layer. So I'll just call this footage. Sorry about that. And go into the one where it's just, go into the one that, in fact, like open up the composition. And of course, all these layers are here. We want to add a fill effect to one of them. It doesn't really matter what one. So we'll just add it to this one. Make it white, so it looks pretty cool so far. Add a glow effect onto that same one. You're probably going to want to adjust the, sorry, there we go. Adjust the threshold to about 95-ish, 90, and then the radius up to about 85, and then the intensity maybe 3. And as you can see now, that is glowing. That's pretty cool. With a color correction, it looks a lot better. Then you just want to copy and paste these 2 effects onto each one of your layers. So just that one, all 3 of them, and all 4 of them. So as you can see now, it's glowing, it's looking sweet. Oh my god. And back in here, it's almost as if it's just been a recorded clip with that feed. Obviously that's not perfect. I can see the mistakes where I could have done a lot better, but this is just a tutorial, so it will probably look a lot better for you guys. So if you wanted to add a color correction just to prove that it looks a lot better with it, I'm just going to add a quick curves, so I cannot be bothered to do magic bullet looks. Okay, so yeah, just do something similar like that with put the blue up, maybe, I don't know. I don't really use curves a lot, but maybe put the red slightly down and the green slightly, there we go. So as you can see, it looks a lot better with a color correction. That's not a color correction I would use. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much how to do it. It's the same with every other gun, every other icon you want to use. So be sure to like and share the video around. For me actually making this tutorial, I was thinking about not doing it, but as I explained, someone else would probably do it and take all the credit. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening and have a nice day.